Yeah, we're good to go.
Awesome. Well,
High
dude,
quality.
first off, we got a little guest here. His first appearance on Carolina Takedown Talk. He's got the little onesie on. I don't know. He's a little chunkster, so I don't know if he can even read the Carolina Takedown Talk on there, but he's
He's
about to
got
go to
a on
bed,
his
so
face.
he wanted to hop on and um, say what's up to you and to the Carolina
Yeah.
Takedown Talk Nation here, right?
We'll
So
get him a Huff onesie here now here in a little bit.
there we go. Get him a Huff one. We'll throw him in a Huff
Yeah.
onesie.
Put
That's
it on our
fine.
fundraiser.
Listen, we already told some of the coaches around here the recruiting's open. You know, um,
We can't
recruitment
do that in
is.
high school. We can't do that in high school. So,
Wait, we can't.
well,
Oh. Oh, you're like, oh, really? That's where we're going with this. That's where.
it's fine. I'm good, dude. I don't care.
No, I know, man. So, for anybody that's not aware, the reason that we're getting on as much as I love hanging out, talking with Trip, um, and loving having this little guy on the show with us is, we're here for a bigger cause, right? Like your shirt, kind of. We're talking about it off air. We're trying to come together as a state, as a sport. People that have been affected by this guy. He's an amazing person. One, and anyone who is aware of who we're talking about, Coach Ben Watson at Mooresville High School. Just Hall of Famer. And just has known me since I was probably this big. So just someone that is constantly giving back to the sport. And man, you started a. So tell us a little bit about what you started, what you've got going on
So,
with this fundraiser.
so when Ben told me at the coaches clinic that it came back, and then I just kind of that his cancer came back, and I I got upset because me and Ben got real close a few years ago, as I said in the original post, which
Yeah,
we'll get to here in a minute. And I got upset, and I was just sitting there thinking, and then he called me again later in the week, and then I just got even more kind of just what can I do, and then I was kind of rolling around some ideas, and so I kind of set myself on. I had just gotten added another job with a fundraising company, a Vertical Raise. And it's funny how that kind of works, right? Like literally about 2 weeks ago, they called me and said, "Hey, do you want to join?" And I said, "Sure." And then I got this opportunity kind of fell in my lap to help somebody that's made a big difference in my life. Whether he knows it or well, he knows it now because I told him to his face the other day.
yeah,
And so God works in mysterious ways, and kind of it's just the timing of it kind of was just kind of on the nose, so to
yeah.
speak, and I was on my way over to his house actually Tuesday night to kind of to talk to basically tell him. I told him I was going to ask, but I said I want your permission. I said, but I'm probably going to do it anyway. And he goes, I know. But on my way there, like Jed Cox at Southeast Guilford called me. He goes, what can we do for Ben? And I said, well, here's what I got planned. And I said I was going to talk to him first. I said, but since you called me, I said, and I kind of gave him the idea of like putting videos out as we go, and kind of every day. And so the goal is every day to kind of put a video out and post the link with somebody that was affected by him, or he made a difference in them, or made an impression on them, starting with me. And because I wanted to kickstart it, and I shared some kind of personal news about myself that Ben helped me through. From just being a decent human being, like just being a good person. So those of you that don't know, I was diagnosed with Parkinson's around 2021. That year we won our state title, I thought I was dealing with it. I didn't know what it was, and then COVID happened to slow everything down. And I was diagnosed around then, and then Ben was diagnosed with cancer around then, and he called to tell me, and I wasn't in a space to really tell anybody. But when he called and told me about his cancer, I kind of opened up to him about that, and cancer's way more serious. I mean, not that Parkinson's isn't a big deal;
Yeah.
it's a very big deal. Um, but with this guy's dealing with cancer, and it's in my brain that's like way worse. And but he took the time out of his day to call me, um, you know, very often, and those conversations kind of helped me kind of get out of a hole that I was in. That you know that only somebody in that position that is dealing with what he was dealing with could really kind of pull you out of, because it gives you perspective that like that somebody that's not dealing with that can't give you, if that makes any sense. Just like my wife helped us, did as much as she could. My dad, my brother, and my mom, my sister, like everybody did everything they could,
Right.
but his conversation and just him calling me, like, this guy's fighting cancer, and he's taking his time. He could be doing whatever he wanted to do, and he chose to call me, and it just kind of put a lot of things into perspective for me. Um, I have, I like to run my mouth a little bit. So, it just kind of like makes you mature in a way that you kind of, that you can't like you can't without a situation like that. At
Yeah.
least not probably just the way my personality is. I have to have like something kind of hit me on top of the head before I notice things sometimes. And so when I was given the opportunity to kind of give back to him, I like jumped at it. Like, I didn't even think about it. I just I just said, hey, I'm doing
Yeah.
this. And Mooresville's not even my like territory. So I called the other guy, and he was like, I said, I'm kind of asking, but I'm not really. he goes, he
Yeah.
goes, no, no, absolutely, go ahead, run with it. Do you take care of your people? And so it's just really great people, and they've allowed me to kind of push the envelope a little bit, and it's been amazing just watching the rest of the community kind of just circle the wagons and kind of spread, and kind of watching everything kind of spider web out, just with the social media and the posts and just kind of things. And every night I log into Facebook and kind of just scroll through and just see like the different people that have spread it, that they didn't get it from me. And that's kind of the point of this, is we want to kind of put it out there. So maybe if you're not friends with me on Facebook, or don't follow me on Instagram or Twitter, whatever, put it in front of you guys to try to help Ben Watson. We'll have the link in the description of the video, or we'll post it everywhere.
Absolutely.
And so it just, there's not a better human being on the planet, and I couldn't make his Hall of Fame induction because I'd had ankle surgery, which I just got started driving like a couple weeks ago. So, and so that ate me up too. And so it was just kind of one of those. All right, I've let him down a couple times. I didn't, but I felt that way.
Right.
And he he's super grateful, and I can tell you in my conversations with him that he appreciates absolutely everything that everybody's done for him, and he's just a good person. There's just no other way of putting it. And we've competed. I mean, we've been in dog fights against each other, and we've been in conference against them. So we like, trust me, like we've gone at it. I mean, he coached against me in high school.
Yeah.
and when he was at East Mac, and he's just a special human being. And the goal set is $20,000. The goal is obviously much more than that, but the real goal is just how much, let's raise as much as we can for him, to kind of take that worry off of him and Cindy's plate, and allow them to kind of focus on what they need to focus on, which is him, whipping this disease's ass.
Absolutely, man. Hey, listen, we normally don't cuss, but that is one. Listen, that is one that it's warranted. And if a parent wants to get mad at that one, then they can come talk to me. You know what I mean?
They can send me a strongly worded email. I'll be okay. It won't be the first
exactly. That's one of those things that, man, it's just, you can't imagine. Like, it's one of those things that everyone always says, like the cliche of like, why does it have to, go for such a good person? It's just like, and that's so true. With Coach Watson, with Ben, like, you scroll through and you listen to some of the, I mean, really not some of them, all of them, like the testimonies that are given. Yours, like I know that Kane Price had one.
Price's was perfect. Gary Ellers was perfect.
Yes.
Jason Hefner, who's coached with both of us. And we got some more Mooresville guys coming down the pipe. And if anybody wants me to post one, send them to me. I mean, the goal is to post one a day, but I'm not opposed to posting 2, 3, 4 a day, or just post. Just copy the link from any of my posts. My feelings aren't going to be hurt. Copy the link. I don't want any kind of credit. I just want him to help. Like, copy the link, put it on your own video, and post it. Ask people to share and like and donate if they can. $5, $10, $15, it all adds up. It all makes a difference, and it's what I tell people when I'm coaching them through fundraisers. with this, it's what I tell myself. Like it all adds up, and then $5 adds up pretty quick if you get
Man,
enough of them. So,
exactly. Exactly. Um,
yeah.
I wish that I was in a spot that I could say like, hey, let's throw 20 grand at this, like from the boys, you know what I mean? From Carolina Takedown
Trust me,
Talk.
I wish I was too.
You know, I'm not, Ryan and I aren't like people, they know at this point, like Ryan's a teacher, I'm in law enforcement. So we're not out here getting rich. Some
Right,
people
and
think
I'm
we
a
are,
teacher too. Yeah,
exactly,
and
exactly.
I'm a teacher
Um,
too, and I just started, and that's why I'm picking this up. And those that don't know, like I'm donating my entire commission check, like every
yeah,
ounce of it, to him. And so the only thing being taken out of this would be like any just credit card fees, which are going to be taken out of any purchase you make,
yeah,
um, and or tacked on. But I mean, the vertical race has been awesome. They've encouraged me to do it and kind of pushed me and said, go take care of your people. And I literally started like right before July 4th, so it's just been a couple of weeks
absolutely,
of
man.
actually like a job outside of training. So,
Yeah,
um, yeah, so it's just been it's been awesome to watch. Really, just kind of it's every time I find myself like checking my phone, like I'm checking the score of a game, like oh
yeah,
where's it at now?
yep, no
So
joke.
it's and just kind of we're at. Hang on, real quick. I'll check it real quick. We're at 9,490.
Wow.
Yeah, $2,490, and it's a bunch of wrestling coaches and wrestling people. But
And the
and
amazing thing is that the majority of it, like, yeah, there are Mooresville kids there. Like, there are Mooresville parents and kids that he's coached and things like that. But the amazing thing about Coach Watson is that the majority of those donations are from people that he didn't coach with, that he coached
no,
against,
you're right.
that he had an impact on, that he just, was the coach that walked by whenever you had a tough match, and just said like, "Hey, head up," like, and it's just
It's
it's the little things of him,
yeah,
you know. We always say like, man, this guy, like, we can always argue about like, oh, this guy's the goat, like, but man, I don't know if I've ever met a better person than
he's the good of being a good person. That's
than
for
Ben
sure. He
Watson.
never always takes his time to respond to you. And the name
Absolutely.
some of the name people might not know him, like Mike Kendall, Dave Sloan, Josh Stanley shared it. Everybody, and all of us have been in battles and kind of beat each other up and probably said nice things about each other, but
Yep.
we're all on, we're all on the same page at the end of the
Yeah.
day when it comes to these kind of things. And Jason Lanning donated. I got on the phone with him last night and talked to him a little while. And it's just been special to watch, and it's just been fun, and you know, for fun to just kind of see everybody kind of get together and fight, kind of like with the NC United thing, but it's more like personal and like everybody,
Yeah.
and it's kind of just seeing what we're made of, and it's something special. It really is. And I've wrestled in North Carolina. I've been coaching. I've coached here my entire life. I've wrestled in college at UNC Greensboro, and RIP. And but it's just it's awesome to see like everybody come together. People that I've known, for the entirety of my adult life, and some of them longer. Maybe you're not in a position to share, to donate, but you share, and
Yeah.
those kind of things. And
Even
the
if you're
more eyeballs,
a middle school wrestler watching this, if you have social media, like, hit the share button on it, because
yeah,
you have
you never
no
know,
clue who we could get in front of.
right?
And
You
just
get lucky,
yeah.
and
Um,
find the right eyeball, and then they share it, and then you get in front of more eyeballs, and that's kind of how it works. That's kind of how it kind of spider webs out and spreads out. That's kind of the metaphor I've been using is it just kind of just keeps growing and growing and growing, and and it just kind of I didn't know what I was gonna do. I said, Ben, if it's only $2,000, at least it's $2,000 that I could help you
yeah,
out with. I
absolutely.
said, hopefully it's the
And he
right
probably
person
about
gets
punched
cheered.
you for saying that.
Nah,
He probably about.
no, I don't. Ben's probably wanted to punch me a few times. That wasn't one of them, though. That
He's
wasn't
probably
one
wanted to
of
punch
them.
me a few times too, man. I mean,
Yeah, well,
I'm
Ben,
pretty annoying as it is now, so I can't imagine how I was as a little kid whenever he had to deal with me. you know.
We-
But man, like I said, I wish we were in a situation that we could, do something bigger. But I started kind of thinking about how can we try and help out with this, right? Like how can we try and use our platform or our relationships? So while we were in Fargo, we met one of the Rudis reps, and one of the guys up there that he just got reassigned to our area, and we had kind of done some things with some different companies, but like you got whenever you talk like the team NC directors and stuff like that, like why they went with Rudis, like that's what the kids want. Like that is the hot brand right now.
I
And
will read a socks all day
yeah,
today.
exactly. And I mean, heck, I'm wearing a Rudis shirt now. Um, but I sent them to you earlier. The store is going to
Hmm.
be open in the morning. So we actually are making a T-shirt. So they're going to have two options of the shirt, and we'll wait until we drop it. Till tomorrow. I know it's a hashtag you've been using.
Yeah, they look.
As an Okie State fan and myself, it's awesome.
Yeah,
And I can't wait for people to see it. But Rudis has actually dropped a little bit of the prices. And they're actually going to be donating more of the commission that they would normally donate, and every bit of the commission off these shirts that we would make as Carolina Takedown Talk is going to go back to Ben. We're going to donate it to the cause.
right.
We just
And that's awesome. And thank you guys. And I
man
know we
like
texted. I just told you thank you before, but you know, and I love Ben. I really do.
yeah,
And like he when I first started coaching, I was a stubborn 25-year-old, and he mentored me, and I was too stubborn to listen back then because he was a competition.
yep,
Like I'm trying to outbeat you,
yep,
like I'm trying to beat you, Ben, and but he kind of kept on it and kept talking and always chatted with me, and then kind of one day I just kind of like woke up. I was like, what? Why am I not listening? And then started listening. This was even before all the Parkinson's and cancer
yeah,
conversations. And he's just a special person. He really is. And and to deal with Ray for like I don't know if I mean talking to Ray is funny, and you can imagine what kind of trouble he caused.
yeah. I
I
can't even
love Ray.
imagine. Yeah, like I love that kid to death. It was awesome watching him. Like it's funny because I say it because I'm a young guy. Like watching him grow up or whatever. You know what I mean? But just like it was one of those things that like even though we're technically not supposed to as members of the media, right? Like I caught
You,
myself rooting for him because that's Ben's kid.
you
Like
can't not love
that's
Ray.
Ben's son. You know what I mean? And Ray Ray was such a good kid. Like just
I got a story for you actually. So it's
let's hear it.
actually it's a good one. It just kind of and it points to both of them. Like they're both like great people. And so me and Ben are sitting there a couple years ago, and we're in like it was Brant and Ray's like junior year or so, like junior senior year. I can't remember exactly which year, but we're at regionals and we're in a tight team race, right? Like and we're standing next to each other, and Gian is in the blood round and Hefner and my brother are in his corner, and I'm sitting there with Ben watching it. And we're not wrestling a Mooresville kid, but we're sitting there, and I'm sitting there, kind of doing the coaching thing where I'm wrestling through it with him, and Ray's sitting there like cheering him on. And I mean, we're in a tight team race at this point. They pulled
Yeah.
away a little bit later, but we or in the finals, Ben's like, why is he yelling for him? I was like, I don't know.
I
And
was
then when we're
asking
sitting
the
there
same
talking,
thing.
and then but he's like yelling at the top of his lungs for my kid, and we're sitting
Yeah.
there, Brandon and Greg and Davis and all and Tyler and all they were boys and opened Pokemon packs before tournament. Like, well, that's another story.
Yeah.
And I mean, before state duels, they're opening Pokemon card packs when we're about to wrestle each other and posting them on like TikTok is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Where me and Ben are just sitting there like, oh gosh.
Yep.
But but then me and Ben kind of looked and we're talking like, you know what, maybe we could kind of like learn from this. And we're sitting there watching like, like we don't have to we can win, we don't have to cheer against each other and if we can't beat you because you win, then oh well. And
Yeah.
and just kind of he was, you know what? That's right. And so it's just kind of funny, just you're watching kids, as a coach, and you can always kind of learn. And Ben's been around about everything, and he's still trying to learn and just kind of in just taking it in and appreciating everything for what it is. And I just wanted to find a way to kind of show him my appreciation and do something. I couldn't write a big check, like I just couldn't.
Yeah.
But this is a way I can get him. I can donate a lot more than I would have been able to any other way. And so
Yeah.
I wasn't in a position to help the first time around, and this is a way. And I was this time, and I told myself I wasn't going to let it go. And if you get an email from me or my brother, so Tripper Zach Rogers, I put a bunch of coaches' emails in there. So delete it if you don't want it. And
Yeah.
it's from me or vertical. It is not a scam. It's not nobody stole my identity. I did that. I did. I said so. Don't don't
Don't
delete
report
those.
it, please.
Yeah, those are the links, and those are the links. And I just
Yeah.
want it was an easy way for me to try to get a hold of everybody, and that's a lot of this business is emails and text messages,
Absolutely.
and so, but this is all social media. So like I mean, I think maybe like 1,400 of that is emails, which would be the bulk of these normally, but this is all the wrestling community.
Yeah.
This is all North Carolina wrestling and all Mooresville, everybody that's kind of impact. It's all you guys, and so, keep it going. We got 14 days left tomorrow. So tomorrow will be the 14 days left in it, and if there's something catches on and it's still like moving fast, I can extend it a little bit. I got a little leeway there.
Yeah.
We'll cross that bridge, in a couple weeks, but it's just been special. I want to thank everybody for their support for Ben and for me and helping us out, and all the coaches like for swallowing our pride and because yeah, nobody's been in more battles with him than I have, because we've been in the conference since Huff opened, except for the past like couple years, and so
Yeah.
just everybody, like, thank you, like, everybody that shared, everybody that's donated. Maybe you're not in a position to donate, but just hit the like button, hit the share button, anything that's going to kind of keep it popped up and then in front of people. And hopefully we catch the right breeze and get blown and it blows
Yeah.
up for them. And if it
Absolutely.
doesn't, then we've still raised a bunch of money for them.
Yeah, man. I mean,
And
just and that's kind of like that thing that I want to say was just like, I know you're saying thank you to everyone that's donated. Like, absolutely, thank you to everyone that has donated for Coach Watson, whether you know him or not, because there's also a good bit of people that probably don't know him that have donated.
mhm.
Which that just speaks volumes to who he is and the wrestling community there. But man, I want to say thank you to you for taking the leap and starting this, and being the spark that sets off a fire that can really help. And because I can't imagine what that feels like for him, for his wife, for his family. And I mean, I can't even imagine how much of a blessing that they must feel like you are, and that you are to their family, for stepping up and trying to make an impact and making an impact, not just trying. Not
Wow.
only are you a Class A coach, as we've seen already, but if people didn't know, man, like, you're a grade A guy. Like, it's what it is. You build great.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, you build great kids.
I
You're a
appreciate
builder
that.
of men. And that's what this is really about. Like, we can win as many state titles as anybody, right? Like, you can send as many kids as you want to D1. You can coach as many Olympians, but if they all end up being punks, then who cares? And that's one thing that I put definitely put Coach Watson into that category of guys that just, it doesn't matter if you win another state title. I know that you're the kind of guy that you want to. I know that Coach Watson's the kind of guy that he wants to. Um,
It's
but
funny.
you two are, you know, the epitome Hall of Famers in my book of, just what a coach should be. So, I want to say thank you there.
I appreciate it.
And, from my end, um, like I said, guys, the store's going to open up tomorrow. So watch out for our post on that. We're going to have the link to the vertical raise on this video. and grab your shirt. All right. I just kind of had this cool idea in my head of next year's state tournament. We got Ben Watson's face everywhere, and you'll see. We'll see what we're
Awesome.
talking about. We'll see what we're talking about tomorrow morning. Okay. So
I'll
as
even
you've
bring
been
him back with the
saying,
suite we stole from him.
what'd you say?
The suite we have at the state tournament used to be Morsels, and they were like, there was like a delay, and we just kind of we're like, we'll take it, and we found out it was Morsels, and he goes, Tramp, it was you. I didn't know it was there first.
That makes that even better. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
Mike.
amazing.
Yeah,
Oh
I've always let
man,
him hang out with us, but
absolutely, absolutely. But we'll end it with Ben Watson's my homeboy.
yeah, he is.
He's changed North Carolina wrestling. Whether I know that he's deservedly in the Hall of Fame now, but he's one of the guys that will go down in history of he will leave North Carolina wrestling one day a million times better than he found it already.
And every single time I hear, read, or say myself, someone say, just living the dream, that's who I think of. I think of Ben on the spot
Absolutely.
because the time, and it just kind of points to his disposition. Ben, we love you, and hopefully we get something special going for you.
I hope so. Everybody keep donating and just make sure you keep sharing and watch out for this t-shirt store coming out tomorrow. Like I said, all the proceeds will be going back um, for Coach Watson. And Coach Watson, we're praying for you here for Carolina Takedown Talk. I know Ryan's not here with us right now, but he wanted to make sure that I pass that message along. We're praying for you, man, and just keep up the fight, kick its ass. It just
Yeah,
is what it is, you know.
yeah,
So
you'll get it.
awesome, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on.
I appreciate you having me, Brad. I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you.